Good boy!
So how far back can Quincy detect something? What?
For cadaver or like live scent, the oldest one that we've done with live scent, where I've given him a scent article, where I've had law enforcement with me, is 18 months. That's the oldest, where I've had other people there to verify and witness it. So, and it was successful. But that's not what the traditional search and rescue dogs do, because that's not what they're trained to do, nor law enforcement, because again, that's not what they're trained to do. They're more Johnny on the spot. They have to be able to do it immediately.
Right.
So I trained for the old things because there was that niche in life where you needed it. And it was just by accident that the group before I joined realized that could be done. They went on what they thought was just, I believe, a burglary that was X amount of weeks old. And they thought maybe a couple of weeks old, and come to find out, I guess it was maybe more like a month and a half or something like that. Anyway, it was several weeks old, and they said, well, we can't do that. We've never done it. And the law enforcement said, look, you're here. Will you just try it?
Sure.
So they gave it a try, and all three of their dogs were successful and trailed right to where the body was. And then they gave them a different scent article, and they trailed right to the person. It was actually a robbery and a homicide, but he didn't tell them that. So they saw we can do it.
Right. So
then it's just ballooned and blossomed since then.
Now Quincy's been looking for you and Quincy have been looking for the two missing boys, right? Yeah. I know you can't probably talk a lot about that.
Well, no. What we were brought down for on that was they found a couple of life vests and a white seat cushion. And they wanted to know, did these even belong to the kids? Because there's wash-up stuff all the time.
Right.
So they knew that we could do scent match-up and, to see if that was. So that's why we flew down on Monday night, got there late Monday night, and then we just ended up staying. And so we matched, it was a positive that these items did belong to the boys. The life rafts, or the life preserver. Yes, yeah.
And when Quincy hit over here, tell me how that works. I noticed he barked, and then he also jumped up on you.
Yeah, what he does to let me know, and I like it this way, is to do something that's different. He doesn't just stand there and give me a look. He does something that everyone sees. It's a different behavior than standing there and just looking at me and wagging a tail, or something that someone could miss. Right. You can't miss that barking. You can't miss the jumping up.
Yeah, that was pretty obvious.
And that's what he does. That way, other people see it and don't miss it.
So I noticed he kept the place he did it each time was that same spot.
Yep.
And that tells you, what does that tell you? It says
repetition. When you do it once, sometimes people don't like to go and do it over again because you risk the animal maybe not doing it, but I don't do that. I will do it over and over because it is what it is, and I know that he will go back and do the same thing.
Right.
He won't not just because he's bored, well, I did it, And so
you're pretty confident that he hit on a cadaver?
Oh yeah, because he didn't hit on anything else that was right here, and he certainly could have. That area right there is no different than that area, which is no different than that area, no different than that area. It's just a one area thing.
Well, once again, thanks for coming and helping our community.
Well, look, we appreciate being asked down. For me, it's an honor to be asked to help out.
Right.